My son is 32 years old. Last month, he called me asking for rent money again. For the first time in his adult life, I said no. By the end of that call, he told me I had abandoned him. And ever since then, I've been asking myself the same question. Am I a selfish mother? Or am I finally doing the right thing? My son, Daniel, was not a bad child. That's what makes this so painful. He was funny, charming, affectionate, the kind of boy who could make people forgive him easily. Even as he got older, he had a way of sounding helpless that made you want to save him before you had time to think. When his father died, Daniel was 23. That loss broke both of us, but in different ways. I became more responsible. He became more lost. He drifted from job to job, always with a reason for why things didn't work out. The boss was unfair. The stress was too much. The hours were terrible. His anxiety was bad. He just needed more time. And I believed him. When he fell behind on rent, I paid it. When his car was about to be repossessed, I stepped in. When his electricity was cut off, I sent money. When he called saying he had no food, I transferred cash before he even finished talking. Every time, he said it was the last time. And every time, I wanted so badly to believe him that I ignored what was right in front of me. I'm 61 years old. I work part-time. I'm not rich. After my husband passed away, I learned how to stretch every dollar. I delayed things I needed. I skipped small pleasures. I told myself I was just being practical. But the truth is, I was quietly building my life around my son's emergencies. And he always had one. Then one Sunday, I invited Daniel over for dinner. He showed up late, kissed my cheek, sat down, and before even touching his food, asked, "You don't happen to have a little cash, do you? My account is messed up." Something in me tightened. I asked how work was going. He shrugged. "I'm between things right now." I stared at him. "You quit again?" He looked annoyed. "Why do you always make everything sound worse than it is?" I didn't answer. A few minutes later, his phone lit up on the table. I wasn't snooping, but the message preview flashed in front of me. "Vegas is on. Book tonight before prices go up." Vegas. I looked up at him. "You're planning a trip?" He laughed. "It's not a big deal." "Not a big deal? You just asked me for money." He rolled his eyes. "I need a break." That was the moment something inside me changed. A break? From what? From responsibility he never carried? From bills he expected other people to cover? From consequences he had spent years outrunning because I was always there to soften the landing? I asked him, "How can you plan a vacation when you can't even pay your rent?" His face hardened. "You act like I'm some loser." I swallowed hard and said, "No, I act like I'm tired." Then he said the sentence I still hear in my head. "You've always loved controlling me more than helping me." That broke something open in me. Controlling him? I thought of every bill I had paid, every late-night panic call I had answered, every sacrifice I had made without complaint. The money, the worry, the years. And suddenly I saw the truth so clearly, it hurt. Daniel did not see my help as love. He saw it as access, a backup plan, a safety net, a mother he could call whenever life caught up with him. A week later, he called again. His landlord was threatening eviction. He needed $1,800 by Friday. His voice was urgent, practiced, familiar. I stood in my kitchen, holding the phone so tightly my hand hurt. Then I said, "I'm not sending it." There was silence. Then, "What?" "I'm not sending it, Daniel." His voice turned cold. "So that's it? You're done with me?" "No," I said. "I'm done financing this cycle." He laughed bitterly. "Wow, I really can't count on my own mother." That sentence hit exactly where he knew it would. But this time, I didn't give in. "You're 32, I said quietly. "You have to figure this out." He hung up on me. For days, I felt sick with guilt. I barely slept. I replayed the call in my head over and over, wondering if I had been cruel, wondering if I had failed him, wondering if love was supposed to look like this. Then, underneath all that guilt, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Relief. Not because I stopped loving my son, but because for the first time in a very long time, I stopped carrying a life that was never supposed to be mine. A therapist later said something I will never forget. Helping someone stay stuck is not the same as loving them. That sentence changed me, because I realized I had spent years protecting my son from discomfort, and in doing so, I had also protected him from growing up. A few weeks later, Daniel called again. This time, he sounded different, quieter, less defensive. He told me he had moved in with a friend and picked up warehouse shifts. It wasn't ideal, but it was work. Then he asked, "Are you still mad at me?" I told him the truth. "I'm not mad. I'm hurt. And I'm tired." There was a long silence. Then he said softly, "I didn't realize how much I was taking." That didn't erase everything. It didn't fix the past or guarantee the future. But it mattered. Because for the first time in years, I heard something in his voice that sounded less like blame and more like awareness. I told him I would always love him. I would talk to him, encourage him, listen to him, pray for him. But I would not keep paying for a pattern that was destroying both of us. And maybe that sounds harsh. Maybe some people would say a mother should never stop helping her child. But there is a difference between helping your child and disappearing inside their irresponsibility. For too long, I confused the two. So am I selfish for not supporting my adult son anymore? Maybe. But I know this now. Love without boundaries is not always love. Sometimes, it is just fear wearing the face of devotion. And sometimes, the most painful thing a mother can say is also the most necessary. No.